Hello, everyone, and welcome to Revolution Esports. We at Revolution are excited to bring you another awesome season of Overwatch. This will be our third, but really our sixth. This is some Division 3 action. You're listening to Paul. I'll be on the play-by-play alongside Worst Overwatch player. How are you, Worst?
I'm very good. How are you, Paul?
Oh, living the dream, my man. Tonight we have Wasted Potential against Waffle House, and from seeing their logos, I think we're in for a really interesting matchup tonight.
Yeah, it should be really interesting. And we're going to be starting out in Nepal here, Sanctum to be specific. And this map in particular, this round in particular, will have some pretty interesting comps here. You can see the double shield, you can see the Hammond comps, you can see a very variety of styles on this map. And it should be really interesting to see how both teams try to take this map.
Absolutely. So, and we're also keeping in mind for our team comps this evening, the hero bands are Ryan, Reaper, Ana, and Moira, if I remember correctly. So we keep that in mind as we're switching through compositions. We'll be starting round one now.
Yeah. With the Rhine and the Moira and the Ana specifically banned, there should be a lot less rushdown compositions, more that double shield and dive. But getting in here underway, the first round of Sanctum.
Yes. So this should be a great round. We're gonna see a Sigma Aristocom coming in against a Winston ball, so more of a bunker going to a dive. Mercy's gonna go down first, and we're gonna see immediately a fight break out on the point. Ball looking for a boop off the side, not gonna find it. They're gonna continue to push, finding a pick onto the Lucio. Some fighting off point. Noctua going for a res, gonna find Lucio. Ball causing some havoc. It looks like they are going to cap.
Yeah, it just seems like the fair there was just completely uncontested. Not really much to deal with. Fusion's fair. Now here, it seems that they will be swapping to the fair of their own here in order to try to keep Fusion in check.
Yeah, I was gonna say with these support bans, we're gonna see a lot more pharmacy. We're gonna see a switch to Baptiste as well. Creighton's gonna opt for that with the new pharmacy coming out. We're gonna look for a pull, try to catch the Mercy in the far, not gonna be able to as they're gonna look to push on point from the left-hand side. Pharmacy and Winston jumping back on the point. As Waffle sets up, gonna just about get to 35% here. Winston's gonna back out, and at this point, Wasted Potential is not gonna be able to find their way onto point. Arissa gonna approach Bongo here for a first ult. Fusion's gonna go down though, looking for a res on the Fusion. They're gonna find it. It's gonna be a 6-on-6 behind. Hanjo only is gonna get a bunch of picks, and Wasted Potential is about to cap here.
Yeah, with the ability of the Wasted Potential composition and the insta pick onto the fair really did do them. The fight should be ending here soon, really just trying to clean up the extra stragglers, but the stall coming in here really strong.
Yeah, the really strong stall here. They might be able to push this to the 70-80% range to limit it down to one fight as Wasted Potential is going to find a couple picks. They're going to find a pick up both tanks. High Noon comes out, going to keep Fusion off, and they will be a recap. Goes to Wasted Potential.
After instantly losing the fair in the first fight, at the start of the fight, the Mercy forced to use cooldowns, try to res her back up, and just ended up falling herself. Really just the end of the point, is spiraling out of control.
Definitely. So we're going to see a Valve come out early here from Waffle. Noctua's going to Valve. We're going to see a Bongo come out. They've still got Primal Rage. They're going to be playing into 4 or 5 ults here as well from Wasted. That we're going to see an early pick onto the D.Va and onto the Baptiste. And it looks like they're going to be able to maintain control of point here on a 6-on-4 fight. It should roughly be the end of that fight. We'll see if they'll be able to get out. Fusion can't. That's going to be a good straggler pick.
A great halt combo coming with the Amp Matrix to find the early picks and really secure the fight early for Wasted Potential. Not really much room to maneuver for Waffle House here. Let's see how they try to come into this next point with this dive composition still.
And they swap to a Zen, which interesting choice into the double shield. What do you think of that there, Wasted? Do you think they might be able to cut through it?
The Zen gives them a lot of opportunity to get those insta picks with the dive, and has more potential for the dive, but really it's a lot more squishy and doesn't have as much of the saving playmaking capability.
Waffle's gonna ult here into the Arissa, gonna find her. That'll be 2 picks deep side. Fusion's gonna be res. Arissa's gonna be res, so we'll nullify both of those picks. Fair's gonna find Stacy for Wasted Potential. They're gonna be able to take back this fight. Tristan goes down, Mercy goes down, and they will maintain a hold on this point. We'll see if they have time to touch. We might have to see them swap to a Lucy or something to get back in time for one full last fight here.
even with the primal there, Icy bursted down extremely quickly, even without a Discord. Icy just going in really deep without any help or any follow-up and just getting bursted down
They're
almost
gonna come back
immediately.
with 2 main tanks and a Lucio. I'm not sure if they'll be able to touch here. It's gonna do all they can to make sure they don't, but they're gonna. I'm sorry, Waffle's gonna attempt to stall here.
Yeah. The big barrage combo.
Absolutely huge barrage, and that's gonna be 4 picks here for Wasted. 5, and the last one standing will go down. That's a definition ace and a round win for Wasted.
Yeah, just really clean there. After the first step down when losing the point early, they came in, recontested, picked the fair, took control of the point, took control of that front door, and really just never stepped the foot off the gas pedal, constantly in Waffle House's face. Wasted potential, really doing a good job of capitalizing on their comp, not allowing the dive to get enough space to really jump into the backline and try to pick any squishy. Just a really impressive job from Wasted Potential in denying Waffle House from getting the value they desperately needed.
Absolutely, that was a great barrage to really separate the action there. As we're loading in here, don't forget to check us out on Twitter at _RevolutionOW, and you can find us on Discord as well, discord@revolutionesports.games, and we will ping that in the chat momentarily as we move into round number 2 here. Wasted Potential taking the first point. We're going to see the Elvira and Good Apollo running again. Far Mercy Fusion coming back. Stacy on Hog this time with Icy Howl looking for a little suck and cuck action. They're not going to find it early as the Maywall comes out. Hanzo's caught on the other side, but he's going to go down first. Wasted Potential, they're going to find an early pick. Waffle's going to continue to push in, see if they can capitalize on the pick. They're going to push them off point. Fusion's going to go down though, so it's a 5-on-5, but they will still cap.
Yeah, just the ability. And the fight's still going on here. They're trying to finish this fight. They took control of the point. Percentages just racking, but Wasted Potential sticking in. No.
A pull trying to get some Sigma damage. Both healers were taken up to the left, the cliff side. Not able to find anything. Arista keeps some shield. No action on the hook and pull. But they're going to find 2 huge picks there with Fusion. This Pharmacy finding a great deal of early success. Arista will get res, and so this will keep the fight going, maybe longer than they would have wanted. A pull comes out, not going to find anybody, as they're going to dance on the stairs, and Fusion approaches along with 3 others.
The May wall really just allowing comp from Waffle House really just take space and just control that space and deny any peel on any kind of hook. Really just gave the first point after the hook on McCree. The lamp wasn't able to save it, no line of sight due to the wall. And the fight's quickly sprouted out of favor with no DPS or little DPS to really try to capitalize.
They're going to go through the tunnel. Maybe not their best decision as far as going to eliminate the lamp. Not finding any picks though. Here, a Bongo come out for Wasted Potential. They're going to take this fight with Elvira. It's going to look for a barrage. Finds 3 on top of getting a res. And they're going to stop the bleeding at roughly 70% here.
Yeah. Despite the early barrage. Despite the early barrage, the lamp is really denying any value out of it, and now pushing in here, forcing some ults from Wasted Potential, but still with 3 on their side. Waffle House coming in with 5 ults actually. This is their time to take the point to really set up for the bongo.
Absolutely, we're going to see a lot of interesting ult economy play here. Interesting to see if either team can maintain or keep it with simply 1 ult. If we're going to see each team just run the gamut.
Yeah.
Pole comes out, High Noon goes up, wall comes up, gonna block it. Who's gonna blink first? And they're still gonna find a pick on Arista. Lamp goes down, Bongo goes down. And Wasted Potential wiping the floor with this fight. Incredible ult use, and what a way to sneak a peek through that wall there, Worse, and get a pick.
A really good job breaking down that one pillar of the wall, giving enough line of sight for the McCree ult to do some damage. Now coming in here after forcing the bongo, after using bongo, they still have 5 ults now with the Pharaoh barrage. Waffle House looking here, take some space and really just get that barrage and get some good use out of that barrage.
Absolutely, and great use of the Baptiste window too with the High Noon, able to find the early pick. There's still barrage and Sigma ult live, going to become an anthem. 5 ults coming in for Waffle House. They're going to set up. Far ult comes in. Not going to find any picks, but the tanks do. Shield goes down. We're going to see a May ult come out as well. Lamps down. another barrage. A lot of great far play so far. Wasted potential. We'll find several picks. Look to clean up the fight, and that likely will be last fight here on Nepal, unless they can find a way to come back and stall. We see the Tracer come out.
Despite Waffle House using 3 ults, the wasted potential just use the ults in a better fashion, more value out of all of them. And fight, trying to seal this up.
Sigma ult comes out to maintain point. A pull comes out, gonna look to get the Pharah. Pharmacy finds Orisa. That's a huge pick. It's gonna be res though, regardless. Baptiste will go down. We'll see a Hanzo go down. A res from the other side. Creighton will go down though. It looks like Waffle is gonna make this interesting. They take out the Orisa. They're gonna. Ball is going to spin around point. Sigma's being pushed off point. He's fighting alone. He'll find the Mercy, but that will not be enough. If the Mercy of his own is going to keep him up. Fusion looking for a final pick, and the Mercy Diva gets the punch to find it. Rocks come out, and they will reclaim point.
Yeah, Waffle House had no business winning that fight, really. A down ult, and with Sigma Graviton coming out early, definitely should have sealed the fight for wasted potential, but instead, Waffle House persevering.
Early pick on the Diva. We're going to see a very early res here.
Giving that Diva mech back.
High noon, 2 barrages going to be live. Tracer's going to go down first. So is the Lucio. Massive picks early on here for wasted potential. And 2 might be enough as a barrage comes out for Waffle House. They'll find 1. They'll trade Pharah. Kill there. Elvira popping off. Going to find 2 along with the res, and that's going to give them point, and they're gonna go on fight through the stall here. Tracer bomb finds Elvira, so that might be enough to at least make things interesting. Sigma ult comes up looking to force a C9. Ball try to get back on the point with the stun. It won't matter, and wasted potential will win Nepal.
Yeah, Waffle House not being able to pull out their late fight shenanigans once again. Really just the the tanks and the team from wasted potential just walking into the tanks from Waffle House and just running them over. The McCree ult spot so much space, and then able to capitalize on the space with the D-Mech onto the Diva. Just a really good job from Wasted Potential to really just control space so effectively with their double shield, more so than Waffle House did. A good job from their tank line to really just secure that and give a lot of space for the DPS to pop off.
Absolutely, and we saw some great far play back and forth between Elvira and Fusion. Really, the pharmacies dictating the flow of the fights between either the barrages, the respective sustains, and a lot of timely reses kept both the fights going longer than maybe the other teams expected.
Yeah, there's 2 styles of the barrage. The early barrage that would come in almost every single fight, and then the counter barrage that would come in right after. And you saw typically the early barrage is not getting so much value, but the later barrage is really catching the enemy team off guard, maybe not expecting it, maybe not alt tracking it fast enough, really not understanding when the Pharah is going to have barrage. And the Diva really just, while it did get some value, didn't really stop too much of the DPS from wasted potential. The late swap under the Diva to try and stall out the point couldn't really keep it going late into the round.
Absolutely. At this time, we'll take a second to plug the channel again so you can continue to find us here. Revolution Overwatch, all one word typed out. Broadcast most nights, broadcasting Overwatch gameplay across a bunch of different divisions. This is currently Division 3 action. You can find us on Twitter @_RevolutionOW. You can find us on Discord, which we will ping in the chat right now, along with our Patreon. If you would like to show Revolution your support, you can use Patreon to donate. We will put that in the chat. You can donate to the cause. 100% of the proceeds go into this community. It's a new community to myself, and this is Worst's 3rd broadcast, so we're happy to be a part of this awesome community. So if you would like to contribute to the cause here, you can find that Patreon link in chat. We also have a discount code for Rogue Energy. That code is TORB10, TORB10. The affiliate link is below in the channel, and I will put that in the chat as well. So it's looking like for our next map, the next map goes to Escort. What sort of things do you think we're looking for here, Worst, as we move on to Escort from Control?
Yeah, Waffle House showing more of that dive earlier on to the Nepal, so we could be seeing a Route 66 here. Much more of a dive-friendly map, and it seems like we should be seeing Route 66 soon. But I would expect the Route 66 from Waffle House here, because they did definitely like that more dive style on the Sanctum, more so than the Double Shield, and they seemed much more comfortable, even if they did lose the round. They did see a little bit of success there early on, and in the Double Shield mirror, and they didn't seem as strong with the Pharahs getting more barrages. The Pharah from Wasted Potential getting more value with the halts and with the space bought by the tanks than did Waffle House. But with that late fight contest on the second round of Nepal, Waffle House switching over to the dive and really being able to like focus the point down and just cycle the DPS and the tanks very well, allowed them to take back the point. So I assume we're going to see a Route 66 more dive composition here.
I have to agree as well. I think they, like you said it perfectly. They really did look more comfortable versus a double shield. Almost seemed awkward where they didn't quite know where to put the shields with their DPS, and it seemed like the DPS were more comfortable getting to sort of do what they please and then come back to the rest of the team, and the dive allowed them to do that. As we load into Route 66 here, we're gonna see. I'll make sure I have my teams correct. That we're gonna see Wasted Potential on attack first, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it did seem like the DPS from Waffle House seemed much more comfortable when they were given free reign to really just go around and do the damage they wanted. Especially the Pharah Fusion's Pharah seemed much more dominant on Sanctum when they were playing that dive. I would expect Fusions to really be a key factor here going into Route 66. Does seem that Waffle House will be attacking and Wasted Potential will be defending here. Both teams gearing up for this Route 66.
Yeah, we're gonna see interesting. We're initially out the gate. We're seeing a double shield, but we're like you said, we're already seeing Waffle switching over to a Hammond rather than double tank. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Sigma switch shortly thereafter. Both teams opting for a lot more hit scan options. We're seeing a Widow, or one of everything. We're seeing a Widow McCree, we're seeing a Soldier Hanzo, we're seeing both teams opt for a Baptiste and then Zen and Lucio instead. So it's totally swapping off the Mercy Pharah compositions, at least for now, to open here.
It does look as if Waffle House will be mirroring the double shield. Let's see how that works out for them with the Soldier. But we're be seeing the Widow here from Wasted Potential. We'll get a lot more line of sight on this more open map.
I'm excited to see how Widow and Zen fare into double shields respective ways. As that rock for Icy finds a lot of damage early on, they're going to keep pouring on into the shields on top of Big Earl. Big Earl has seen better days apparently. Lamp comes out early on for Waffle. They're not going to have that as we move forward. Rock comes up, going to get Orisa low, Sigma low. They're going to have to back off soon or keep fighting through the shields, but Baptiste is going to go down first. Not enough shields for everybody to go around. We're going to watch and see that they're going to try to find high ground here. Stacy low as well. Stacy going to be closer going down here. Sigma becomes stunned. We're going to see a Baptiste window come out. Wall is going to be up soon. No ults coming in yet for Waffle as the fight continues. They're pushing along point. They haven't contested it yet. At some point here they'll have to, and they do. Zen popping off. Fusion finding McCree. No damage left for Wasted Potential. 3 down. And they're going to look to push this thing in on the last 2 picks. Sigma's going to look for a suck with Orisa, but it won't be enough. And it looks like Waffle will cap first point.
Yeah, you see this more split style that you saw in Nepal Sanctum from Waffle House, really paying dividends as the DPS have just able to swarm around the tank line and the back line of Wasted Potential and just pot shots into the behind them.
Absolutely, and we're gonna see Element AYO go down early here. And the Hanzo duel is opting to switch off the McCree instead. Fusion's got Visor up. We're going to basically see all 6 ults come live for Waffle and Blue, for Wasted Potential. Baptiste and Hanzo are going to be looking to get their ults up quickly. Sigma ults are up. We'll see when they use it. At some point here, though, you'd think worse that they're going to have to contest cart.
At some point they do. They can't just keep backing up. I assume when they're going to find a pick with their snipers, they will decide to push in, but the Gridded Flux and the Hanzo all coming out. The Bongo and just so many ults being popped.
Yeah, they're just going to rip everything and Visor's gonna find as much as it needs to here. Like you said, they're just gonna rip every ult and not mind it. It looks like they might be able to push this in when they've got 2 on cart. Bongo's gonna be expiring shortly. Both support ults live. Good Apollo coming back for wasted potential with beat drop. They're gonna beat drop out the gate here, looking to stall simply. He's gonna do it alone. In a solo mission, gonna find an early pick on the fusion. Though he gets a little careless, hanging around high ground too long. Sigma ult's gonna come in, hoping to force them off point. That wall comes up. They're gonna have to back out point here, potentially regain it in a second. Though Sigma Hansa go down. Post Jad's gonna find a pick of his own. Their window's gonna come out now as well. They're gonna play from the corner underneath the bridge. Bongos remains out trying to break down the shield. Are they gonna be able to? Not quite. ICL will go down though. Stacy goes down. And Waffle House is gonna have to start heading for the hills soon. Machine Nav gonna duel with the Baptiste, not gonna find it, and they're gonna hold on here at the last second.
Yeah, the early stall and stagger coming up from the beat from Good Apollo. Really just allowing the entire team to stream back in and force down from the side of Waffle House, putting them at a disadvantage. Seems a very good job there, streaming back into the point, using ultimates to really get their value and just take the point back and just staggering out the fight long enough for them to succeed.
What do you think Wasted looks for here on their DPS? So they're going to have both of those pretty early. I'd say they're going to rip grab, but you think Vision Fight's going to come out next, or you think they'll hold it for a little bit?
Visor should be coming out shortly. Really have to try to secure Lamp, but as I say that, LMAO taken out early. And Waffle House pushing in with their all.
Another Dragon of Stacy's coming in. Fusion's going to be up to 80%. We're going to see a couple of ults getting ready for Waffle House here. As Ovira's going to have Visor. Visor's going to come out. We'll see if he can find anybody. Nobody quite yet. A lot of shields going to be popping out. Baptiste window net is going to look to burst down Arista's shield. We're going to hear another Visor as well come out. This time it's Fusion's. We're going to see 2 tank ults left for Waffle House. Beat drop out for Apollo is going to be expiring shortly, and they're going to fend off this offensive with Destined MP doing the cleanup.
Some well-timed support ults there from Wasted Potential, really allowing for them to win the fight, countering the ults from Waffle House. Now Waffle House with 2 tank ults and support ults coming back up, and Wasted Potential also coming up with the tank ults, but really good here for Waffle House.
We're going to watch and see that Waffle House is going to come in here with 3 ults. Looking at a 4th one with the Zen ult going to be live in a second. Both tank ults going to be coming up live here for Wasted Potential as well. Dual DPS was live. Baptiste's going to get hacked to the backline. Though Stacy's up to his own. My mistake not catching that sooner. Bap window comes out. They're going to hold Bongo. Bongo comes out though for Wasted Potential. Not going to find anything immediately. Post Jed's going to go down. Destin FP going to be backing up. They're not going to be playing with a shield here at this point. Elvira looking for a pick up top. LMAYO going to find Stacy. Going to go down early here. Machine Nav holding Xenol though might need to start thinking about using it to reclaim. They have 50 seconds left. This could be second last fight at this point. Destin FP going to Sigma ult on cart. Omni goes down. They're going to trade for a Hanzo here. Sombra going to duel with Elvira up top. Not going to find each other. Good Apollo approaching. Beat drop. Onyx going to have Bongo for this fight shortly, but Destin FP's going to do the cleanup once again. That's 3. He'll go down though, but it still might be enough as they have 25 seconds to put up another fight.
Once again, Wasted Potential, wave of repellent attack, even at now, and the Visor advantage. I could see this being a really bad fight for Waffle House, as they don't have the trans to really counter the Visor, and the beat from Good Apollo will be able to Wasted Potential through the fight. Really unfortunate, not looking good.
Are they going to be able to touch? They're going to try to get Icy Owl on there. Go down early enough, but that'll trigger overtime. And Elvira goes down early. Bongo going to come out right on cue, as I'm about to say. Fusion's going to have close to ult with a Baptiste window. Like we see both those ripped at the same time. Elvira ult is going to be up when he gets back. He might come back on the high ground with a big advantage. V-Drop comes out just in time before he goes down. Baptiste window might go live. Bongo's looking to be out soon from Wasted Potential. They're going to be trading ults. This still remains a 5-on-5 fight. You see Windows and Bongo streams galore. Elvira finds Machine Nav in the back and Onyx. So not looking great right now for Waffle House. Like we're set out of the gate. This might not be a good fight for them to take. But they have to. Good Apollo go down. ICL is going to do what he can to keep things up. Just leaving a couple left on point. That's an MP
Yeah.
gonna clean up the act, and that's gonna be a pretty far 1 and 7/8 for Waffle House.
The defensive support all the advantage for wasted potential. There was nothing that Waffle House had to counter the visor, whereas wasted potential had to beat to counter Fusion's visor. Fusion's visor got nothing done, while Alvera got so much done with his visor. Really, just in that entire fight, the entire second point, as they lost first point early, the entire second point was a good use of cycling ultimates to really counter the opposition's ults. And even in an ult deficit, their ults were very smartly used and well timed in order to counter multiple ultimates without wasting them. Which is a really good
Absolutely.
job.
Yeah, they did. They found this great balance, like you said, of it. It was like a push and pull, like a seesaw. You know, DPS went up, support went up. DPS went up, support went up, and so we saw this dance, almost a tango, if you will, of counter ults back and forth. Ooh, and loading into this round, we're gonna see a pure dive coming out from Wasted Potential. I don't know about you, but I love it.
But it seemed
Woo!
yes.
So please check out the MVP poll. So far, you know, if I were a voter in this, I might, Alvira and Fusion have been off to fantastic starts, but we're excited to hear from you, the viewer. Right? You know, there might be something that we're not seeing, so please check out the poll for the MVP.
You see this pure dive comp from wasted potential, but you see this really good anti-dive comp coming out here.
The
From
Torb.
Waffle House, the Torb especially. Torb and Brigida being great anti-dive characters, but also the Soldier able to dance around and try to evade the dive as much as possible. We see them going in here.
Fusion gets pushed off high ground early. Destin MP gonna push him down. Fusion not able to get back up into the high ground this time. He's gonna go down first. Destin MP gonna back out as Winston jumps in instead, takes his place, not gonna be able to get out of there. Stacy's turret goes down as they're gonna find a res right in their faces. Alvira's gonna go down though. In the meantime, as Mercy goes for the res, Torb we're already seeing approaching ult as he gets 75%. Winston gonna go down again for the second time in this fight alone. D.Va's gonna pop out of mech, and it looks like the dive is gonna have to back off and save their skins for the next fight here.
The extra survivability that the composition from Waffle House has. The Brigida able to get so much done with the lamp coming in to save at the last second. The Brigida gets so much healing done, and the stun on the Genji, denying that character most of his value.
We're gonna see a couple ults coming out here from Waffle House shortly. Stacy's got the Molten Core just about ready, but Arista's gonna go down first. He's gonna spray down the road to try to prevent any passage. A few more ults are gonna be ripped. We're gonna see beat drop and possibly a Valk coming out soon. Maybe a Bludgeon Blade combo here with Alvira as we get the Valk and Blade. Fusion's gonna go down for Waffle House. We see the Blade and Rally about the same time. Both tank ults can come up shortly for Waffle House. Genji not finding anyone else, so after the Baptiste, Stacy's far in the back. And it looks like Wasted Potential is going to take another fight here on defense, not allow them to get much further than the corner. Stacy and Trace are going to have a little duel here. Stacy maybe best to try to find a way out, though.
It just felt like Waffle House wasn't ready for the dive. The Orisa, one of the tankiest characters in the composition, going down very, very early. And without that, just the rest of the team falling as well, it just seemed like they just weren't prepared to have to react to the dive at all. And subsequently, Wasted Potential taking that point on the second fight. Not very good.
It looks like they were a little out of sorts here. They weren't able to regroup and pick one target or target select quick enough together. But they'll enter this next fight with 4 ults and an early pick on Lucio. Only 1 ult on the Wasted Potential side. Might see them just back off and regroup as they wait for Lucio to come back. We'll see Mercy and D.Va in the back. No dive potential yet as D.Va is very low, basically playing the role of main tank as Winston's getting set up in position as well. We're going to look for a dive here from him. He's going to dive on the back line. He's about a third health left. We're going to see a couple picks here. Wasted Potential going to find Onyx and McCree here. We're going to see Fusion and Baptiste close to ults for Waffle House. Several ults about to come up for Wasted Potential here is on the back line. Winston's going to have a battle with Brigida and a couple of the other supports. He's going to pop the Primal Rage. He is angry and he's showing it. Mercy's gonna trail him. He's gonna hop back up top. He's 1,000 health. They're gonna push McCree potentially. He's gonna go after him up top. He gets stunned right as he falls out of ult. Very unfortunate timing for him. It's about popped. Beat drop just about ready, but Diva's going to go down. Fusion's going to pop tactical visors. The fight continues. We're going to see a couple picks here as Fusion goes down for Waffle House. Valkyrie's up. High Noon's going to pop from the high ground. Stacy's going to take care of business, try to end this push as they approach the end of the road here. But it looks like this will be a one fight for Waffle House after they do some cleanup.
Yeah, that was looking really bad. Wait, the blade coming out here late for the rally to end.
Oh, a very late blade.
Staining.
And they'll get rid of the lamp. He's going to stay on the high ground. He's got the budget. He's got the blade. And he's going to be on the Sigma in the backlines. We're going to see some sucking action. Baptiste's going to go up top. Bomb's going to come in, not find anybody, but Fusion go down. LMYAL goes down in DPS trade of their own. V-Drop comes out. Genji continues to disrupt the backline. They don't have an answer for him, it would seem. And what looked like a cleanup of a fight never quite happened. And this is what you'll see on a 15 kill streak for Elvira as the match will wrap up. They will be 2 meters away. Fusion's gonna get as they're gonna just play the stall game. Stacy's gonna swap to a Doomfist, maybe look for an initial pick, but it won't be in time. And that will go to wasted potential.
Both teams, they're just constantly on the gas, constantly fighting. It seemed like there was no downtime in between fights on that last round. Really, just the dive just coming in so rapid. It just seemed that Waffle House wasn't ready to have to like react to the dive at all times. Never ever stopping, never ever letting their foot off the gas, never breaking. Then Waffle House just couldn't keep up.
Absolutely, and we saw some great play on the budget blade there. Absolutely massive, really holding things out. It didn't seem like you said, they were able to find an answer for the dive at any point there, and that's going to, I'm sorry, that's going to, let me make sure I have my score right.
2-0 for wasted potential.
That would bring it to 2-0 for wasted potential.
Yeah. So not looking so great for Waffle House to start out here, but they do have the chance to take this back. To pull this back on this next map and try to start this reverse sweep.
Absolutely, and I think if we see that happen, we might see some play from the tanks. I think ICL and Onyx respectively have both shown a lot of good ideas that maybe their DPS have carried out a little better to this point with some of the selections. But I think if they're all able to pull together, I think we could see some really powerful team fights moving forward. Next map pools are coming out of Assault, so I think maybe they find something there where maybe they're able to work some of this anti-dive a little bit better than we saw on a map with a payload. Whereas
we originally saw Waffle House seemingly want to run the dive on Sanctum on Nepal, then we saw Wasted Potential really pull out the dive, which Waffle House didn't, and pull out the dive and do it to great success. So we could be seeing on these next 2 CP maps, Hanamura and Temple of Anubis especially, where you can play these dive compositions, especially first point, second point for both of these maps being very dive oriented. You could probably see Wasted Potential here excelling really well on all of these maps, except for maybe Volskaya, which still has some dive, but less so than Hanamura and Temple of Anubis. If I was Waffle House, I'd be looking for Volskaya.
I have to agree with you there. At this point, we'll plug the channels a little bit. So again, our Twitter's at _Revolution Overwatch. You can find our Discord, which you have put in chat, and I will re-put it there. If you are looking for a Rogue Energy discount code, it is TORB10, TORB10, no spaces. You are watching some Division 3 action. Revolution Esports provides broadcasting pretty much daily. As we try to provide it as often as we can, so please continue to subscribe, check out the channel, and support this. Well, it's a great community that I recently had the chance to be a part of. Again, on this cast, you are currently listening to Paul on play-by-play and Worst Overwatch Player on Color, and so we're happy to be bringing you shortly round 3 of this Division 3 match between Wasted Potential and Waffle House Gaming.
So far, it's been pretty nice. You've seen the DPS from both sides get stuff done, but I really want to say that Wasted Potential had a very strong backline of the supports. Excel very, very well, especially good Apollo on that Lucio. Really was able to just have beat for every necessary step that they needed beat for, especially to repel the multiple attacks of Waffle House. Doing a great job of cycling that beat in time with DPS ults and countering those key ults. Really, shout out to good Apollo there. A great map from him.
Absolutely, and I think we're seeing a lot of great players. We're seeing a lot of substitutions coming here for wasted potential on the loading screen that you will be as we're loading in shortly. It looks like on a Hanamura, but that's not definitive. But wasted potential basically swapping out their entire roster except for Post Judge, who's been playing mostly Orisa. So we're going to see Hulk Hammer. Alvira is going to stay in. It looks like. Maybe I'm speaking too soon, but it looks like we might see some substitutions here. Maybe get some people more experienced as they're up 2-0 early here in this round robin format.
Wasted potential, flexing the absolute, flexing the absolute depth of their roster,
Oh my
seemingly
gosh, yeah.
having many positions to fill and many people to call up for those positions.
Yeah, it looks like
Really
they've
a
got a pretty
test.
deep roster here as we're sitting on the looking at the back line of the servers here. It looks like there's looks like they can't decide who they want in as we see some players flickering in and out. I was really impressed too in the last couple of maps with watching Good Apollo play Lucio for the Lucio and the Mercy, but a lot of very timely beat drops throughout those fights, like you mentioned in response to DPS ults, and also a couple of times just pressing Q and bolting in for a very smooth offense.
It seemed like a big difference between these two is Wasted Potential's ability to cycle the ultimates and not just all press Q at the same time. Try to use the ultimates for a purpose and for a reason, and saving ultimates for other specific ultimates from the enemy team, not just for their own use of their own.
And I think we saw a lot of that too. In fairness, also from Waffle House, where we'd see some great reactionary. Always both teams finding a rhythm between sometimes ripping. You know, we saw some fights on Nepal, Sanctum, where they'd rip 3 or 4 ults at a time. But also, we talked about earlier that dance of one, then back and forth.
Yeah. It seems Waffle House here really needs to try and pick this up if they want to take this next map of Hanamura, which we'll be entering now. Really trying to get off a good attack to start. And hopefully they fix their mistakes in the past couple maps and shoot a greater strategy that can best benefit their specific strengths of the players.
For sure. So we're gonna see a couple of subs coming in here as we load in here to Hanamura for Wasted Potential. Hulk Hammer are gonna be subbing in along with Tangalang, and Hanjo Lane's been in and out of the lineup so far. As for Waffle House, it looks like they will remain the same. We're gonna see very different rosters from the I should say compositions. We're gonna see a double shield defense with a Bastion and a Pharmacy coming in for Wasted Potential, and Waffle House gonna go with a Sigma Hammond, but the May and the Symmetra with a Brigand Baptiste. What sort of things do you think we could see from this attack early on?
From this attack, it's hard to tell now. They seem to be changing things up. But for the defense specific, the Bastion and Pharmacy is a tried and true combo with both of them being extremely lethal threats that the attacking team has to answer. And it does seem that Waffle House will be stabilizing on a double shield comp with the Symmetra, looking to TP point early and avoid the Bastion damage altogether.
So we see Hulk Hammer set up top instead of traditionally, as you see some people set up on the choke, and it's gonna go low so far as Bastion's gonna find 2. They're gonna move on to point though. That's a 6-on-3, and they're gonna either have to get out of dodge or they're gonna be taking the dodge on their own. Both supports are gonna fall, and this fight's just gonna extend into a cleanup session here for Wasted Potential.
Honestly,
Bastion's gonna give them a lot of problems.
Honestly, a very lackluster Symmetra teleport angle. I would much rather see avoid that choke altogether early, as the Bastion is going to shred through shields or any defensive abilities, but they just say none to that.
They said forget that. They go total dives. I mean, practically they're in our heads. We're going to see a D.Va Winston, Sombra, Genji, Mercy, Zen composition come out. They're going to look to blast down the Bastion early here. His nose is sticking out through that shield. I'm not sure if he's aware of that. Okay, there we go. So Orisa's shield comes out. D.Va goes down. And we see that Winston tried to get pulled out here. Pharmacy sort of having their way. Alvira and Good Apollo just pushing up, looking to get some free ult charges. She's going to find ult.
The Cyber Dive typically does very well into Bastion setups, but without the Ana, really there's so much less survivability for the tanks or for the Genji when they want to go in. they'll just get shredded by the Bastion and the Pharah, pumping down damage onto the backline, preventing the Zen from really having angled discords or healing. It's gonna be very difficult for Waffle House, but as I said, that they go in, Bastion unrooted.
Like I say, we see the lamp come out, gonna keep them alive. Elvira is gonna find some couple kills here on the pet into barrages so far. Elvira is gonna come up after going down. They're gonna stay up 2 in this fight as Zen remains on point with D.Va hiding in the corner. Bastion's gonna rotate into recon mode and go searching for some kills. Stonebird's gonna hide out by health pack, maybe looking for a cheeky hack to start the next fight on Bastion potentially. And we're gonna see a hard reset here for Waffle House.
Even without the Bastion being in turret form, being in sentry mode, switching very early, you just see that without the Ana and without the really ability of the nades or the nano, it's hard to survive against this comp for very long, who has bailout abilities like Lamp that can keep them in a fight for much longer than the Dive can stay in a fight.
We're gonna see how they react here as we see 3 ults coming live, 4 ults coming live, 4 wasted potential. We're really the only chance with the time remaining is maybe if Stacy's able to pop an EMP, if they're able to build it, but at this point they're just having a hard time getting through the choke. If Stacy goes down early, that's going to be a big problem for them as Fusion looks to get on the high ground, try to build up a blade. He's going to be seeing at 70%, gets pulled, dancing with a reflect off the far side, hoping enough of the team turns around that maybe they can get a dive, but Winston gets rocked in midair. Lamp comes out, Bongo goes down, and the fight is on. Blade comes out. We're going to see about 6 ults popping here at once, but it's going to be going in favor of WP. Baptiste's going to get caught, though, by the Rage, and that's going to be, for all intents and purposes, an ace on the defense.
Yeah, but the good thing for Waffle House here is that they spent 5 or 6 ults on that defense, but even so, the Barrage coming back up very quickly, spamming the shots into the spawn and getting a lot of ult charge here. But this is a really do or die situation for Waffle House, and without any blade, they have to rely solely on the EMP, bomb, and the trance to try and sustain the fight. But it's going to be difficult, very, very difficult.
Elvira's going to be close to another barrage here. So far, just absolutely crazy barrages. Stacy maybe going to try to find the EMP in time. Will they be able to? Winston's going to jump on to the top line. They're going to get on the point, force the fight. EMP goes out. This is their one chance. They force the Bastion down. Will they be able to keep him out, or will he get red? Valk's going to come out. Barrage is going to hit as well. Find the Zen. Elvira's going to go down, though. That's a 1-up right now for Waffle House. They're going to fight 3. They're going to find 4. And it looks like they will keep things alive as Sigma's going to try to stay alive with everything he's got. It won't be enough, and there's several on point, and Waffle House will keep this alive.
Wasted potential. The counter to that EMP early is to barrage early, but we didn't see the barrage early. We saw the barrage far too late and didn't get nearly enough value to save that fight. But the only way to counter that EMP is to try and barrage early and get value before the EMP comes out. But that wasn't achieved, and so Waffle House taking the fight.
We saw exactly. We saw a very reactionary rather than proactive barrage, and just not able to do enough. And you heard it here first, saying that Stacy would be the difference maker if they could get EMP. They did, and we saw everything change on the final point, on the final attack there. So we're gonna see 2.5 minutes left here, roughly, for Waffle House. They're gonna look pushing down mid. Elvira's gonna get some good deflects. Of course, Icy Owl out of Mac here. Fusion's gonna get caught up top with the dash, catches McCree out. Winston's gonna look to get backline, maybe clean up something here. Good Apollo's gonna be zapped for a little bit. Look for the reds. We're gonna see Fusion go on the point with a blade. Gonna be on top of the Sigma. Gonna find Sigma. Gonna find Brigida. They're gonna move on the point and force the fight into a contest with 2 minutes left here. Bomb comes out. Will anyone go down? Elvira does, and they might be able to get a tick. McCree goes down as well.
An amazing hack onto the Sigma and another hack onto the Merc.
Bongo comes out in a wild defense here. They might have burned everything out a little bit too early. 6 on point. Does Zen order come out? Will they be able to find a kill in the meantime? We see the ball trying to stall things on point. Just keep them from getting any sort of tick. A blade comes out. Going to look to get on the D.Va on the far side. Sobra's going to jump out. Winston kind of caught in the back line on his own here with Fusion. They're without a supply line. No sort of support. And it looks like they won't be able to get a tick. And that'd be a good cleanup here for WP.
Despite some incredibly good hacks coming out from Stacy, the fight lasted so long, Alvaro was able to build up a blade even though he had just swapped to Genji for that fight. So just the fight lasted way too long. They spent so many ults early. The Zen sitting on point alone, easy pickings for Genji. And now we see the swap over to the Hog, trying to deny this dive even more so. The Hog, very dangerous. A good hook can kill any character on this team from Waffle House. Now they'll be engaging.
Stacy gonna go down early here. We'll see if that cancels the fight or if they'll consider it a drive run as BAP windows up, EMP is up. They're gonna invest in this, so as Hulk Hammer goes down, the window comes up. But they're gonna sort of be wiped here. 2 go down, 3 go down here for Waffle as they find an early res on Hulk Hammer. 25 seconds left. They might want to think about backing out and just forcing a stall into a full fight shortly.
A very odd commitment coming in there from the Baptiste from Waffle House, as the fight was already over. You had lost your win condition of EMP. You had time to back, and now you've just staggered yourself so hard that you're going to be coming in with not a full fight. The EMP's up, but that's the only saving grace you have.
Maybe Winston's going to set up on the far side, health pack side with the Genji. Not going to find the sucking tuck, but they're going to try to jump on the point. EMP comes out. This is how they won the fight the last time, so we'll see if history repeats itself. Bomb comes out, finds Brigitte. Bomb lands on point. Going to be shielded by the Winston ult. And we're going to see another play come out from Elvira, looking for the Diva, get her out of mech. They find her. Fusion and Elvira continues to duel on point. LMYAO gonna hog try to get everyone off point. Not gonna survive through it though. No support to go along with it. Honestly gonna jump into the backline, find Elvira. It's a Tracer again. It's a Winston against the world, and he can't take it down, and that's gonna be a 1-0 start.
With the nature of 2CP, if you going into the last fight aren't able to win the fight before losing people, you're not likely to win that point at all. The close spawns from the defense, and also just a very odd commitment, stressing them for time, forcing a very forced engagement. The Brig walking alone on the point gets pulse bombed quite simply and dies. Without the Brig, there's so much less sustain for the side of Waffle House that they simply can't win that fight.
For sure, as we're going to see a pause here asked for by ICL, so it looks like maybe a player was having a technical issue and needed to step away for just a moment, and so we.
Just be a moment. We'll just be a moment as we wait for this issue to be resolved or questions asked.
Absolutely. We'll take the second to plug. And so, again, we are streaming on Revolution Overwatch, all one word, Revolution Overwatch. This is a community of several different SR ranges. We broadcast roughly every day. We are currently in our 3rd season, technically our 6th, but under a new name and management of sorts, this is our 6th season. You're watching Division 3 action between Wasted Potential and Waffle House Gaming. You can find us. Oh, I'm sorry. Are we about to pause?
Yeah,
we are.
Thank you. Here. The game starting up again. Sorry for the short delay. But we should see here now the roles reversed, and Waffle House on the defense to start this map. To end this map. Sorry, very sorry. To end this map.
It's the start and end of everything.
It's the start of this round.
The beginning of the end.
The beginning of the ends, as everything is. But we'll be seeing Waffle House's attempt to defend here as Wasted Potential finds their avenue of attack, only having to take 1 point and 1/3 of second point. It will seem that Waffle House opting for a similar strategy to Wasted Potential with the Bastion, but instead of the Pharah, we will see this Soldier. Much more of a consistent damage threat, less spikes of damage, but still threatening nonetheless, as the legs have been locked.
And we're seeing the same sort of setup, like you said, not only the Bastion, but the setup on the backside high ground with the double tank comp. We're going to see a Genji and a Tracer looking to force an issue here and not opting for the Sombra like they had against them. The ball with the Winston, they're really going to get on point early, force Sebastian to go into recon mode. He's got to search for something as Baptiste and Mercy go down early. Hulkhammer are going to go join them in the grave. It's a bloodbath to start on point early, and it looks like Wasted Potential is going to clean up the act with Hulkhammer back from the grave. And by all accounts, this might be the end of the first point. What a great dive to open.
Yeah, just a classic example of how to counter that Bastion strategy is just take multiple angles and force the Bastion to point. Once on point, he's a much easier dive target, and you can really just bubble off any kind of healing with that monkey. A great example of what should have probably been done from Waffle House on first point.
What a great angle Hammond took to force the action on that point out of recon mode, and in fact, we just make the game play of having 2 soldiers with mesh and recon mode. We're gonna see them step on the corner of the point again. Elvira looking to build up Blade, not quite there yet. They'll find 2 picks though regardless. They're gonna keep swapping one for one. As you watch the kill feed, they're gonna look for that 1 tick. Oh my gosh, they almost catch it from a back cap as I'm talking there. Ball's gonna look to stall it out, maybe hope the hog just walks away, not quite there. Fusion's gonna go down, balls are gonna be taken out, and they'll just so narrowly not get that tick.
And trading out deaths on 2 CP attack is not what you want to see. You want to see a good clean fight win come out. A 6-man wipe, a 5-man wipe, and focusing the 6th man, but not what happens, but almost losing to a C9, but Onyx walking onto point just in time.
That C9 almost got behind us there, worse as we're gonna watch the McCree, Hog, and Baptiste set up on the high ground. So Fusion looking to set up as they walk down main, Winston and Ball underneath, coming from, like you said, different angles. Ball's gonna be the first one on, but Winston's gonna be the follow-up. Oh, a little too late, not gonna find a shield in time. We're gonna see a trance come out along with the blade, but that might be enough of risk. And Brigitte goes down, and Veer's caught up by the whole hog. Stacy's gonna go down. Will there be enough healing on point for Hog? There, maybe not. Fusion's gonna find 2. As Waffle's gonna look to maintain control.
Finally the monkey. Finally the monkey going on the high ground and the ball going too late. You need to clear that high ground before the fight begins. If you're not doing that, the soldier and the BAP have just free reign, and no one is shooting at them. If no one is shooting at them, pressuring them down, they will get free value, as you saw there, and kind of carry that fight. The blade and the trans were great from wasted potential, but without dealing with the BAP of the soldier, the visor behind, and the soldier picking up 2 to 3 even without visor. The high ground.
With those angles like you talked about, but you were looking at point, and then all of a sudden both tanks just split off in different directions. You can see me gesturing with my hands. Obviously you can't see on the screen, but they just flew off the point. As we're going to see both tanks dive in early here. ICL is going to be first one down. High Noon not going to find anybody behind the bubble, as they're going to trade 2 and 2 here early. Mercy going to go down though for wasted potential. Another kill by Tracer. Or, I'm sorry, on Tracer. Whole hog finding 3, an enormous hog out there. And it looks like that's going to be the end of that fight, and a great cleanup there by Roadhog.
Doing what they should in trying to clear that high ground, but diving directly onto a Baptiste who still has lamp up and is surrounded by a hog and a Brigitte is a difficult task for any tank line. And without immediate follow-up from DPS, it's going to be extremely difficult to assassinate that Baptiste. But again, regrouping here, trying to do just that once again, it would seem.
Up on the high ground in the corner here, we're going to see them play on the side of point. And we're going to see some Tracer and Soldier action. We're going to force the fight onto point. Brigitte is already there waiting for the Winston. Winston's going to go down early. Ball's going to look to stall, maybe not. Going to hang out, wait tight as the Brigitte is going to rally. Maybe they think about backing out this fight entirely. Not able to get the res off as Stacy goes down. Arista and Hog safely secured on point. Sort of Apollo going to be the first one down here for the supports. A lamp comes out, a Veer goes down. They've got numbers, they've got shields, and they've got the advantage. And it looks like they're going to end this fight.
Yeah, the Brigitte seemed to really jump scare that Winston, burst him down quickly with the stun, and without the Winston, it's going to be incredibly difficult to dive that high ground without the big shield and the big body that Winston does offer. But seemingly trying to come in here again.
Fusion went down early there. They're going to have to reset here, as we're going to see Visor is ready, Window is ready. They're going to be pulling into a Blade and a Bomb with a Valk Trans. Basically, 06 ults up here for WP, as the Bomb's going to come out and not find anybody. They're on point, though. They're looking for a back cap. Not going to find him. Ball pops all 6 of them up. That is enormous. As the Vera goes to clean up. Mines laid all over point. 4 go down, and the tick goes up for wasted potential.
Exactly what you want to see when those ults become available. Without the ults, it's a very difficult dive, but with ults, it's much safer. The Mine's able to do so much damage, and the Genji Blade, after they're so grouped up. When they're so grouped up, it doesn't really matter about the lamp. The lamp gets shredded instantly, and really just, you'll see the Blade here on your screen, finding so much value. The slam coming in from the Hammond as well, keeping everyone in place, unable to run away from that Genji Blade. Incredible stuff from the tank line again. Wasted potential. Seems we'll be right back as our producer does.
are live with Revolution Overwatch. You can find us on our Twitter at underscore Revolution OW. And again, I will add our Discord into the chat if you would like to join us there. Revolution Esports. We try to broadcast every day. This is an incredible community of volunteers and players. Several divisions of play throughout round robin play. You can also support us through Patreon. If you would like to show Revolution your support, you can use Patreon to donate to the cause, and that will also be going into the chat shortly. All donations go 100% into the community. All of us that are producing this tonight and casting it tonight, so myself, worst Overwatch player, and our amazing producer, Shape, we are all just volunteers, and so the support that you give to the community goes right back directly into that. And so we are very appreciative of you being here tonight to enjoy this incredible match.
Yeah. It would seem here the last match, even though waste potential has gone up 3-0, it's time for Waffle House to try to take that last map on hybrid, or see if waste potential can finish it off with the 4-0, the clean 4-0, similar to how Overwatch League in Season 1 and Season 2 operated. Every map matters, as they chanted so fervorously those 2 seasons. We will be going on here. The hybrid maps for today are Kings Row, New Bonnie, and Eichenwald. 3 very good maps, in my opinion. Some of the best maps in the game.
I
With
might
Kings
argue the
Row,
3 best. I mean, if you're picking your best 3 maps, so what's your top 3? What are we looking at?
Kings Row and Eichenwald are definitely up there. New Bonnie, maybe
It
not
has
as
to be in the discussion.
much.
It has to be in the discussion. The
Numbani's
body
up
has to be
there.
in the
It's a
discussion,
very
though.
good map, but the I actually can't think of any other map besides Kings Row, Eichenwald, and possibly Numbani. Hybrid
I mean, they're
maps.
good.
Hybrid maps, seemingly some of the best maps in the game. To no one's surprise, one of the best game modes as well. The best of
Yeah,
both worlds.
yeah. I might have to say, I mean, maybe I really do like Nepal. Like seeing Nepal early, I really do like it, but I don't know if it cracks my top 3. I mean, hybrid is just such a solid format um, across the board. But yeah, I wonder where they'll see us, they'll take us. And even if we're talking best holiday map, I might have to give Kings Row best holiday map too, without a doubt.
Kings Row does have a very solid holiday map. But more so on topic of what these teams are looking to do onto these maps, or what maps may be seeing here. Kings Row, always a staple. Everyone loves to play Kings Row. There's a little saying in the Scrim community, Scrims Row. You see it every single Scrim. Eichenwald also very solid as well. The dive coming out from Wasted Potential, very potent. So if Numbani is picked, I would not be hesitant to see dive coming out from Wasted Potential, at least on the first 2 points. But we will be seeing Eichenwald potentially.
Since we watch chat, they're reminding us not so subtly, no Rhine, no Kings Row.
Yeah,
We see coming out from the Lucio from Wasted Potential, and that is a good point. I mean, you could really run anything on Kings Row, but for a lot of teams, and as
Ryan
a personal Zarya player, Ryan Zarya is just sort of like peanut butter and jelly for Kings Row.
Ryan is such a classic Kings Row map. Even when Ryan hasn't been meta, season 1 of Overwatch League, when dive was meta, you still saw the Reinhardt come out because Reinhardt is just one of the best Kings Row maps. He controls space in the tight corridors like no other. But we will be getting Alcovold here. The first map being very open, surprisingly. A lot of teams might not think of it like that, but beyond the initial choke, there's 2 little line of sights for possibly even 3 if you flank far around, but multiple line of sights for the attacking team to take or the defending team to even defend from. But after getting past that initial choke, it gives there's many options for the attacking team. And the second point, especially a very open point, dive sometimes reigns supreme, allowing to control that high ground. And third point, you typically see if Ryan was in the pool, more of those Reinhardt compositions, the closer range compositions. If I was a betting man, I'd say we're going to see double shield on that final point of Eichenwald.
A lot of things that they can switch up here. As we're seeing some subs again on the backside here as we're getting ready to load in. It looks like both teams getting close to some finalizations as the captains had some questions and we wait for this 4th map.
Again, wasted potential. 3-0 has won the match, but Waffle House Gaming can get that final map and only lose 3-1 as compared to a 4-0. But every map does matter,
And,
as
you know,
some would say. But Waffle House looking here for that last map, um, trying not to lose the 4-0.
it looks
But
like we might see a DPS pairing swap in the backside here for Waffle House Fusion. Looks like they might be paired along with X-Bear and Daddy Longleg along Omni on the supports. And so as we think about loading into this final map, there is the pull up for our MVP. I think there's a lot of eligible candidates so far. Elvira and Fusion putting up great performances so far. We're seeing some excellent tank play from people like Hulkhammer and Onyx. We're seeing some incredibly solid support play. So really MVP could be up, up for grabs here.
good Apollo did seem very solid on the maps that he played. Not in for us today on this map. Yeah, good Apollo not here on Eichenwald, had been subbed out, but his memory will live on. His great beats on Route 66 still ring true. But it would seem. No, it's okay, Shape. Remember, this is the amazing Shape, our producer for the day. Oh.
So
Okay, never mind.
we have our producer in our ear, still figuring out how in our ear she is.
We have a producer, the ghost of our producer. You can't hear her, but she's still in our ears, telling us what to do. But carrying this whole broadcast. So, but you do see her coming out from Wasted Potential. You do see a double shield Torbjorn comp. Again, Torbjorn very strong on Eichenwald. He has the ability to just pop off with his great ultimate, his splooge. Cover a lot of the point, a lot of area of the point. Let's see how Waffle House decides to take this point here.
We see a Widow come out. We saw Widow for maybe 30 seconds a couple maps earlier, and then everyone decided to swap back. So we're gonna see X-Bear come out on the Widow with Fusion on the far that we saw early on far more. Widow's gonna be the first one to go down. There's to that potent Torb, like you had mentioned, really a great map for Torb. Finds the second one. Turret's going crazy. We're gonna see Break, Orisa, and Baptiste pushing up from the back of the point. They're gonna look to clean up the act here. Waffle House gonna go down early, and Torb's gonna keep building up ult charge, looking to run out the far. Doomfist hopping in here, fist out, and Torb already almost up to 70% going into the second fight.
LMAYO and that Torb went super aggro, went into the back. The Widowmaker of all characters, Torb the soft Widow counter potentially, but in all seriousness, Torb getting so much value that fight and doing so much. But
Tangalong get pulled out. Lamp's gonna come in and save him, but they're gonna find Omni in the background. Turret's gonna go down, Lamp's gonna go down. So it's a couple of support abilities down. Expert's gonna find the Torb. That's gonna be huge for them. As Torb would have had ult. Daddy Longleg gonna go down from a Doomfist punch coming in. Lamp out as they're gonna, as Waffle House is gonna look to push in here. Fist comes out, finds Omni. They're gonna have to head for the hills as Fusion looking to keep pounding on the Doomfist up top. Pharmacy hovering above, but they're just gonna look to back up, reset. But they're gonna find a couple more picks here. Excuse me, Waste Potential's gonna find a couple more picks here as Brigade's gonna go down in a final trade, and they're gonna back out.
You see here, support ults available for Wasted Potential. Big coming back from spawn will not be here for this next fight potentially. You should see here Waffle House coming in fast, trying to take this fight before they're breaking it back and get her rally up.
See a couple ults gonna be ready here for Wasted Potential. Here we're gonna see a Bongo, Torb, ult up. Doomfist is gonna be the first one to go down though. They're gonna trade with ICL. Onyx is close to Valkyrie as well. Mirage is gonna be ready to pop out. Maybe they look for that through a window. Lamp comes out early. We'll see what sort of impact that it had as they're gonna look to trade ults here shortly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ults up for Wasted Potential. Mirage comes out, finds 2, but Fusion's taken down by the turret. No ults coming out yet quite for Wasted Potential, but 3 are gonna go down, 2 are gonna go down. Maybe they start thinking of investing in this defense. They haven't to this point. It's 3 move on point for Waffle House.
Wasted Potential just not pressing that Q button faster than Waffle House can. Waffle House pressing 4 Qs if you count the Widow out late, but 4 Qs and really just taking that thing. Wow, Wasted Potential has 5 here. should try to equalize with this next fight, rallying in potentially. Stack up.
Yeah, they might have the option here if they really wanted to. They might have been able to actually hold in front of the door, but they're going to opt instead to play this corner and give up some space to maintain a two-way high ground, if you will, of double shield. So you're going to see them dance around with the McCree looking above as well. Like you said, 5 ults live. High Noon going to be the next one up for them. Valk is prepared right now for Waffle House. They haven't begun to use anything yet. Lamp's going to come out, keep everybody alive. Window's going to launch in the corner. We're going to see a Sigma ult come out, find 3 in the air. The sploosh comes out. We've already seen 3 ults. So are they going to invest anymore? They might not have to. That's 4 goes down, and that is huge.
A massive splooge from LMAYO. But really, finally, they had the ult advantage. All they needed to do was use it. And in doing so, they have achieved this. But the barrage coming up, the Valkyrie barrage coming up here. The no-tank ults, such as, but the BAP ult as well, could be very favorable. But the rally still holding on incredibly powerful ult, but the big flanking.
Yeah, the flaky Brigida looking for a kill. Getting long like in the first one to go down here on the offense. They might have to stop in their tracks and turn back with 1 shield already down. We're gonna see a push as the ult advantage is gonna be about even. Brigida just putting in work. She cannot be stopped, and she's gonna walk back. No, she's not gonna walk back. She's gonna keep whipping, and she's gonna get pulled forward. Shield's gonna drop. Sigma's gonna help her get out. And it looks like they're gonna reset here.
The Brig deciding that is my spawn, not yours. Launching myself in here with the rally. Unkillable, it would seem. And was just able to just dumpster the backline of wasted potential as we see a pause come in here.
ICL is signaling for a pause, so we will wait and see what is happening here. Potentially a technical difficulty for one of the players, as this gives us a chance to review some of the ults. We have a Valk, a Barrage, and a Baptiste window ready for Waffle House, and we see High Noon and Bonko getting ready for wasted potential as the fights are about to reset with 2 minutes left, just starting into the second point here on Eichenwald.
The Gridic Flux coming up soon, and no real support ult to try and deny it, but very tanky characters coming out here.
Brigida flanking, looking for a cheeky whip. Gonna be able to hit Diddy Longleg around a little bit, smack him around as a pull comes in, keeps them all down the channel there. Would have been great. Maybe they could look for a combo if they get Torbo quick enough to do a pull and splooge there down the channel. As we're gonna see 5 or 6 of them move on to cart. Another pull is gonna push them all together. Absolutely rocks Onyx. But the Brigida getting maybe a little overzealous. Fusion meets her with a couple missiles.
She's better than it was.
She is absolutely active out there. High Noon's gonna come up, gonna find both DPS, and so they're gonna be fighting without any damage really. As as Wasted Potential is gonna look to clean up. They will find it. McCree's gonna go down though, and so maybe we see Waffle House look to come back and push early.
Yeah, just really, despite the Brigida going into the spawn of Waffle House.
Absolutely in there.
The Hanjo only McCree ult able to neutralize, but Farah on the flank, no Farah to be found, and is taken out by LM.
Yeah, adios Farah. Torb sort of had the same idea as you did. They're making sure she gets out. Honest goes down. Baptiste window's up, and we probably won't see any more ults at this point. The lamp goes down, and nothing is left there to save them. As you see Brigida again at the head of the charge.
A lot of ults though used by Wasted Potential. They're both support ults and both tank ults, only the DPS ults to answer. Actually, in fact, not that much from Waffle House either, despite having been so long. There? They ditched a lot of ultimates there, but they do have the Valk Barrage and they do have the Baptiste ult. But let's see if they can get value out of it.
Here with a Sombra and Fusion. I think they actually ditched an ult or two by switching the dive tanks off the double shield. So they're gonna see how that works for them. It's like Zio hops out of it. The Splooge comes down, gonna lay down in front of the point. Gonna find 1, 2, 3 kills there for the Torb. Torb absolutely popping off this round, making LMAYO making his case for the MVP. Winston's gonna jump back, look for some healers, try to sustain point here as long as they can. Barrage to come out for Fusion. It won't matter. Torb cannot be stopped. The man is ruthless. As we're gonna see Waffle House have spawn advantage, gonna stay on point. They're gonna try to get the cart around the corner regardless of how much Torb has done. Sigma doesn't have a shield and can pose a problem as Hokim is gonna back up under the next choke. And what looks like we're gonna be rolling along. We're gonna see right now they have 2 or 3 on cart or so. It looks like we're gonna be going to about a 5-on-4. Whole camera's gonna be booped off. We're still looking for some cheekier action as Brigida is in there and not backing off. Whole camera and Creighton gonna be 2 down here for wasted potential. Waffle House looking to push up, get around the corner. Uh-oh, we lose worse. You've got a one-man show here as we go into overtime. So we will maintain the broadcast with one less caster as Bomb's gonna find Baptiste and Fusion. That's gonna pose some problems here. LMYO gonna push them off cart. The splooge hits bridge. Everyone goes off, and that is the end of the round in favor of Waffle House getting almost 2. So right there, you're gonna see that Waffle House able to get just about to the 2-point mark. And so moving forward here, we'll see if they're able to continue on.
Yes. I can hear you. Yes. I don't believe so.
As we load into this next point here, Worst will join us back in a second here.
Yes.
So we were able to see that they got almost the second point there. Some great Torb play. LMAYO absolutely popping off on the Torb, and Brigida pushing up as far as they could.
Yeah.
And so loading back in here, we'll see how Waste Potential, if they're able to finish off the sweep for a 4-0. Or if Waffle House can win their pride back with a 3-1. Again, you are watching Revolution Overwatch. You can find us on Twitch where you are currently seeing this broadcast. I believe it will eventually end up on YouTube as well. We can catch us there. You can catch us on Twitter at _Revolution OW. You can find us on Patreon as well if you would like to contribute to the cause. And you can find us in Discord. Links are in chat. So as we load in here, we're going to see a dive coming out and an early pick from Expert on LMYAO, winning the Widow battle. And the dive into as dive action goes on.
LMAYO with that early death, really not benefiting, but despite this, able to equalize here, get some key picks.
Waste potential again. We're gonna back to the repeating record of angles, or you know they said it more accurately in our history classes: location, and really just getting on the point and finding their picks. As Winston's gonna try to slow it out as long as he can, but it won't matter. And Waste potential is gonna find an early cap in under a minute.
Despite a great pick from X-Ray to start it off, it just Wasted Potential swarmed onto vulnerable characters from Waffle House and got some very key picks and won a lot of fights there. A lot of 1v1s won and a lot of team play, giving them the advantage in that fight and just taking it easy. No ults built up for either side, with actually Daddy Longleg being close to Primal.
X-Bear absolutely popping off. Look at that, 2 early picks. Brigida maybe getting a little bit caught out there, being punished for being aggressive. The walls come up and we'll see if that has any effect on the push. So far none, as they finally jump on the cart, have to stall it. They found 2 early picks and hands off the carts. They're gonna add 2 more to the list. And as they look to reset here, we're gonna see Brigida beginning to lead the charge. Baby Diva or Lady Diva, depending on what part of the world you're watching from, comes out. And we're gonna see a Primal Rage, maybe not necessary, but cleans up the act. Diva's looking to punish around health pack.
This next fight here looking very good for Wasted Potential, having 6 ultimates almost near the brig as well. And no, whoa, he's just saying that. X-Bear getting an easy pick.
X-Bear with another excellent pick there. Bomb's gonna go up, it seems like, or I'm sorry, it was just Smack. Onyx gonna have Valk, Omni gonna have Window. We're gonna see a Visor and a Beat soon as well. Whole camera's gonna be the first one down. That's gonna pose a problem for any of the offensive heroes. They remain contesting cart. Lucio able to hang on forever. Creighton finally goes down to a headshot from X-Bear.
Yeah,
and they're gonna sit on point and hold.
This second point very open and with a lot of verticality for that Widow to really get angles, really showing off X-Bear while he's playing in this round, really popping off and showing them who's who. carrying these team fights in a sense, getting really key picks at the right times. And again, almost with that another visor. Oh, another pick on the Winston as
Expert
well.
absolutely having their way, not being able to get taken off the, I would say off the high ground, but they're just standing in the alley. They go off the bridge trying to run for cover as the visor comes out. Excuse me, Daily Longleg just trying to stop the bleeding, not gonna be able to do it. Fusion up on the high ground, getting a budget visor, not gonna be able to find anybody quite yet. Card's gonna remain vacant underneath the bridge as we're gonna see a bubble come out up top from Winston trying to pull down the Mercy. A couple melees and fists throwing hands in the kill feed here as McCree and Diva go down. Rez comes out, bringing back Baptiste. Holcamer and Creighton wiping the field, and it looks like we're gonna see a hold here with some cleanup. But Primal Rage gonna knock the Winston off. Winston jumps back from all the way down in the abyss. They're gonna keep pushing Cart here. They've got free reign and a chance to finish it off.
There's a chance for Wasted Potential to really push it in here. Mercy dead early. Oh, this is a really good fight.
This is a really good fight. I boop, and I mean, what great old usage as we see the fight kind of clean up here. High Noon going up, gonna finish off the last, and that's gonna be a 4-0 for Wasted Potential. What a Primal Rage to jump back up, keep the fight going, and finish off the sweep.
Despite some honestly heroic plays from Expert, getting pick after pick after pick after being forced off that high ground and being denied extra value after picking the monkey. Wasted Potential able to swarm and again just take fights after being down. That's another fight where they lose one early and they still manage to pull it out. It's just honestly impressive job from Wasted Potential and valiant effort by Expert.
The absolute perseverance. One goes down, but they are not out.
Yeah. So that will be the 4-0 for Wasted Potential over Waffle House Gaming in our Division 3 Season 3 match. Here ending with a 4-0.
Beautiful stuff. So we'll do a couple plugs here as we're getting ready to sign off here. You can find us on Twitter at _RevolutionOW. That is at _RevolutionOW. We will put in chat once again that we are in Discord. You can find our Discord server there. You can also donate to our Patreon if you so choose. Again, that is 100% goes to the community. That does not go to any individuals here or anything like that. That totally goes back to the community and this great community of volunteers and players that so many work so hard to put on. If you buy from Rogue Energy, please use discount code TORB10. That is TORB10. Final plugs. You are currently listening to Paul, myself. I am a coach. I don't have any social media exactly set for gaming right now, but I hope to continue to be with Revolution Esports, or Revolution Overwatch, so you can continue to find me here. And alongside is Worst. If you have anything you'd like to toss out there.
Yes, I am Worst Overwatch player. Was your color commentator for the day. Nothing really to plug. My Twitter is just me retweeting Overwatch stuff, and I'm sure you've already seen it. Not much to see there, but I will say support tier 2 as well if you're here. Watch Contenders, great place. But yeah, finishing this up, and our producer was on the amazing Shape. As always.
Kudos to Shape. Thank you for producing for us tonight. We had an IKEA desk fall apart, so she was playing pinch hitter producer for us. Another, play-by-play pinch hitter. That's a PHP. Yeah, that's okay. We'll work on the acronyms. So for Paul, for Worst Overwatch player, and for Shape on producing, this is Revolution Overwatch signing out for tonight. Please continue to tune in. We will be back daily with more Overwatch action. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you very much, and good night.